Good morning. Welcome to Mark My Words. The word for the day is grace. I've had a lot of conversations and interactions over the last several weeks with folks that are dealing with a lot of different things, things that we would just categorize as life, right? This is the time of season where right now it's about to be Thanksgiving here in the United States, and so there's a lot of moving parts. Kids are out of school now. Parents are stressed over all the moving parts of food and travel and logistics and just the stress of the season, the things that are going on, and that's going to continue as we get through the rest of this year. And so that's why I think grace is really important for us to try to operate with some of that. And I'm reminded of a term that I think every single one of you know, and you've all learned it just the same way I did, and it's called the golden rule. Sometimes when the stress gets so heavy and we make some bad choices, and I'm as guilty as anybody of saying the wrong thing at the wrong time to the wrong people, sometimes I can't get out of my own way. And so a good way to recenter and kind of dial it back is to consider the golden rule, right? How can I treat other people the way that I'd like to be treated in this situation? So when you see people that lose their mind, and you're going to see some of that, we all struggle with emotional regulation at times, and this is why emotional intelligence is so important. And if you want to learn more about emotional intelligence, by the way, reach out. We can help you or your organization with that. But as we see people struggle with emotional regulation and dealing with the stress of the season and going through the things that life puts in our path, let's try to remember the golden rule. It's a foundational, great moral principle that we can lean on in times of stress, and when we see folks really struggling with things, if we can just get to the point where we can think, how would I prefer to be treated in this situation if I were in their shoes? What would I like to have happen? So when you see clients or customers lose it, understand that we don't know what's going on in their world. This could be just the last in a string of a whole lot of things that's happened to them that's caused them to react this way. And how do we grant them some grace? And how do we treat them in a way that we'd like to be treated in that situation? If they're people that you actually know that you're close to, consider how you can treat them in a way that they'd prefer to be treated. That's a next level conversation. But for strangers and folks that we don't know, let's work on extending a little bit of grace during this season. And as you're giving thanks and saying grace over your Thanksgiving meals and around your family, consider how we can be kind to others and extend grace. Because the challenge is extending grace isn't the easiest thing for us to do in the face of being confronted with folks that that are emotionally compromised. We tend to want to respond in kind. We want to give them a piece of our mind or respond in the same way that they're treating us. And that doesn't help us be better people. And that's the goal. We're on a journey to become the best version of ourselves. And so we can do that using the golden rule. So this season, when you see folks struggling, think, how can I help them? What would they like to have happen? What's the best choice I can make in this situation? And how do I treat them the way that I'd like to be treated? And I promise you, if you'll do that, you'll feel better about it. Your interactions will be better. And the season as a whole will be a whole lot more fruitful for you. So hope you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you next time.